Yo, what's good, gamers, casuals, and everything in between? It's your boy Thamziri, bringing you episode 32 of the weekly patch notes. Hope y'all are good. Hope y'all are Gucci. And with me, I got my co-host, got young Maxwell. What's good, Holmes?
Hey, I'm doing all right.
Away, King, away. And next up, we got Kid Code Jeezy. What's good in the Heezy?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm breezy, bro. Thank you very much. And yeah, we're going to be giving you some lovely tidbits, so stick around and give us a like and subscribe. That's our belief, so we can please the gods. And everything that we chat about in this episode will be in the description, linked for you, so you can go read up on some more of that goodness. But before we get into the gaming tidbits, Max, Kojo, do you guys have any admin things you guys want to bring up, updates, all that?
I just want to mention that it's for Europe football. It's the transfer window is about to close, and Manchester United signed the top G. Yeah, Andrew Tate. Now I'm just playing. They signed a player, Sofian Amrabat, who looks a lot like Andrew Tate. So a lot of jokes are going around saying Man United signed the top G.
Oh wow. Okay. I bet. Thanks, man. Kojo, any updates from you, my guy?
Nothing from me.
Okay, my update is... This is the only update section we have, so I'm just going to bring it up here. But anyways, guys, just to wrap things up or give you guys a quick update on some other news. Linus Tech Tips, you guys may have recalled, we spoke about them a while ago, where he had the allegations from another sister company saying they don't really benchmark their stuff, correctly. One of their female co-workers raised him for sexual allegations and stuff. You guys may have remembered that episode. To give you guys a quick update, well, they're starting internal investigations now. They've got an internal HR, internal with the air quotes, looking into the allegations, but they don't really seem to be going that swimmingly. Well, they're just not well received, right? And then Linus also released a video saying how he's so disappointed in the Linus Media Group community, and you guys know who you are, you trolls. Man was just, he was sad about these shit, but I mean, he did some wrong things in any case, so I mean, But yeah, looks like things are also going to be going towards a third-party investigator to handle these allegations as well, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's been the update so far. And yeah, now let's get into the gaming tidbits. Alrighty, so starting with the gaming news. Max, what's been going on in the world, bro?
All right. So we start off the segment by talking about some gaming L's, particularly for Sony and Microsoft. Let's start with Microsoft, because their L is by far less significant and the lesser evil of the two. As we've mentioned previously in the weekly patch notes, as the value proposition of Game Pass increases, we see it take on some changes. Previously, we've seen the Friends and Family Pass discontinued, although I believe it was simply a trial test and not an actual permanent feature. Then we saw passes, the Game Pass price increase. Well, this week we saw them scrub off the $1 promo pass as Starfield is releasing. And this is not too surprising, as I believe I'd mentioned in this very weekly patch notes before that this would happen. And given how more anticipated IPs are beginning to appear on Game Pass, it only makes sense to take away some promotional features, because the value proposition, as I earlier said, has been increasing. Therefore, there's no reason to be enticing people with bonuses, promotions, and all of that stuff when the game are going to start doing the talking. Then, moving on to Sony's L. I keep telling you guys that I don't know what's going on with Sony's top brass, as they keep making nonsensical decisions. Among their latest nonsensical decisions, they have decided to up the 12-month prices of PS Plus from September 6th onwards for all regions globally. But sticking to dollars...
How much? By how much? Oh, you're about to get there. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So sticking to dollars, the bottom tier, the lowest tier, PS Essential, was $60 and it will be increased to $80. The next tier, Extra, goes from $100 to $135, and Premium, the highest option available, goes from $120 to $160. And as you can probably guess, people have not been chuffed with this. There've even been people on the Xbox side clowning Sony players or PlayStation players about, hey, you guys were making fun of a $1 increase on Game Pass. How does that 35% increase feel on your PS Plus? But anyway, now turning our focus. Hey, everything, like, I personally believe, as a side note, that all companies, in as much as they say in front of cameras and whatnot that, oh, they don't care for rivalries and all of that stuff, that they want healthy competition with their competitors, they don't want wars and stuff like that. These wars generate revenue for them. You know, like your Apple versus Samsung, PlayStation versus Xbox, football clubs or sport clubs versus each other. That tribalism generates profits for these companies. So in as much as in front of a camera they say, no, we don't care for this, internally they're like, yes, let's keep this shit going. Pump more money. Give me more bonuses. Anyway, turning to Starfield now, the big news of the week. This week was slightly dramatic in terms of Starfield news, as firstly, we had a situation where some media outlets were complaining about not receiving a review code. Specifically, I'm forgetting what the hell their name was. Was it Eurogamers? Kojo, check me on this. Is it Eurogamer or was it GameSpot who did not receive a copy, but then their sister publication, which is those guys, I forget the Digital Foundry, they received one. And they mentioned that, yeah, we haven't received anything. And there was a whole talk about this. Then days later, they got to receive a review code. Correct me with the media publication. Am I talking about the correct ones or the wrong ones?
GameSpot's uploaded a review, so it's not them. So I think it is Eurogamer.
All right, then let's go with that. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself at a certain point. I'm not going to check right now. But basically, the situation was Digital Foundry, their sister site, received a review code, so they were able to chop on as normal, but they didn't. And they let the audience know on Twitter. And then there was a whole talk about whether this is right or wrong, with obviously people falling on the other side of the argument. But days later, they received the review code, and then they let people know that their review of the things are going to be coming late, which had people speculating that maybe they're receiving it late because Bethesda or ZeniMax, whichever it is, don't really take to these guys because their reviews are typically negative. So they felt, let's delay this so it does not impact, those reviews that come out once the embargo is gone. Personally, I don't really think it's a thing of delaying the reviews. I can believe in not giving certain people you don't like reviews, because that happens all the time. Hell, Sony does that a lot. But in delaying people, I don't think that's the case. But anyway, after that, there was a whole other drama about 2 hours worth of game footage was leaked, and ZeniMax went on a run of copyright striking any and all videos containing footage. Twitter, you're not going to see anything. YouTube, you're not going to see anything. Even that site, how do you pronounce it? Imgur?
I don't know.
Imager.
Where the A at, bro?
But it doesn't have an A.
Does it look like I made the website?
Nigga, does it look like you made the word? My God. Where's the... Yeah, I don't know.
Fair enough. Imager, even they had things taken down. So that's how deep it went. Because normally when leaks happen, you always find those random websites which haven't been struck down, but ZeniMax was not playing any games. They went everywhere. But then I won't get into the good side and the bad side of the leaks, as there's no point in speculation over what came out of those leaks when reviews have released and those with early access have started playing the game. So instead, I'll talk about specifically a leaker who leaked 40 minutes of gameplay and was selling stolen versions of Starfield. Firstly, Kojo, do you know where this man was coming from?
Please tell me it was Florida.
I knew you would go to Florida. It was definitely America, but it was not Florida. I don't think you're going to get this state.
I heard about the story, but I didn't see where he was from. Georgia?
Nah, he came from Tennessee. So if you heard about the story, do you know how much he was selling the games for?
$2,000?
Nah, Tommy, what's your guess?
Could have said 2,000. Okay, I'm gonna go with $8,000.
Nah, you guys are ridiculous with your guesses. Okay, he had about 62 or 69 copies, and he was selling the base game for $200 and the bonus edition versions for $650.
Okay.
So if he has 10 bonus editions for $650, that would give him easily $6,500. Keeping in mind he had roughly 62 to 69 games. But he got arrested, he was found, and he was charged on theft of property. He was eventually released on bail for $10,000, and he's awaiting to go to court at the current moment. So yeah, that was definitely not worth it. And then lastly, for this for the news for this week, we tackle the closing of Volition, who are mainly known for the Saints Row game. Tavi, I know you were upset about this.
Oh, dude. Fuck.
So Volition, their parent company, is Embracer Group, and after the lackluster Saints Row reboot release, a lot of people feared for the studio, thinking that if it didn't make money, it would be axed. However, Embracer Group assured people that they'll stick through the hard times, as they figured how to ensure a repeat doesn't happen again, where they Embracer Group also owns Gearbox, and they gave Gearbox the responsibilities of taking care of Saints Row as they tried to figure out what to do with Volition. Unfortunately, things took a turn for the worse when Embracer failed to secure a $2 billion deal with an unknown partner. So, being financially screwed, things have been bad for Embracer, and they've been looking to restructure the studios under them. And it seems in this restructure, Volition has come upon the chopping block. So, they will no longer be a thing after having been around for 30 years. 30 years, that's older than both of you, if I'm not mistaken.
Bruh. Yeah. Hey, my heart, man.
Yeah, that's it for the news. Do you guys have any kind of news you want to share?
The League of Legends has a new character coming out called Briar, like a Briar Thorn. She's pretty cool. You can see her on the homepage of the launcher when you launch into the game. And for those of you who play Valorant, I'm sure by now you know we now have South African servers. So I will be keen to see some of you online and probably fuck you up. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, so from my side, Kojo.
Max spoke about the Volition thing. I was gonna mention that, but Max spoke about it. It's sad stuff.
Damn straight.
Really sad stuff. But I have one thing. It's very brief. I could have put it in the news blitz, but I'll put it here. Do you guys remember the day before?
Yeah.
Barely.
Well, I don't blame you. The game was slated for a November 10th release, and it's been that way for a while. But I don't know if you guys remember. If not, they've been locked in a trademark disputes with a company behind a calendar app, and that company trademarked the phrase the day before Daytona and Fantastic, even though Daytona and Fantastic announced the game before the company behind the calendar app filed the trademark. So they've been locked in a battle, and that's one of the reasons why they had to take the game off Steam and blah 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 blah. Well, some people have noticed that Fantastic have filed a new trademark with a word, and some people are quote unquote, well, some people think it is, well, they quote unquote it's rumored to be the new name of the game. Now, what do you guys think this name is? Again, it's a rumor. It might just be something
the
random.
Day after.
You see, now that would have been cool.
Synonym for day and before.
Before the day.
The sun aforementioned.
Look, you guys are giving. You know what? You guys actually deserve a raise for giving them such.
We went to Harvard. Cambridge.
Nope.
They filed a trademark for, I kid you not, Day World.
That's stupid.
What?
That's dumb.
I don't even have words.
That was everybody else's reaction, including mine. I'm like, honestly, I'm baffled. Everything about this game and the decisions the company have made has baffled me. Every single decision. And this one is...
Wait. Maybe playing devil's advocate, English is not their first language.
You might be right.
No, you see, I can buy that to an extent, except in the interviews and all the things they've done, their English is brilliant.
Okay, I've run out of excuses then.
But I can sort of buy that, I guess. But anyway. So again, take this with a grain of salt. They did file a trademark. It is true that people have noticed that they filed a trademark. But again, this Day World could be something completely different, or it could very well be the new name of the game. Who knows? But we'll keep you guys updated. But that is it for the news on my side.
I can think of a power play move by them.
Okay.
So, because of this dispute, they quietly cancel the November release. They start working on the game even further, then re-announce it as Day World, making people think either A, it's a new IP, or B, they had to start over and reshift to things like that. But in reality, they just used the window to buy themselves more time to work on the game.
Now that is actually very big-brained of them, if that is true.
That's what I'll do.
That is actually big-brained of them. But you're giving them too much credit. But again,
probably.
Who knows? But yeah, that's it for me.
Away, bro. Thank you, bro. Moving on to the gaming corner. Homie, what's come out in the past week?
Oh, yeah, quite a few things. So let's talk about it. First up, we have Crossfire Sierra Squad, released on PlayStation VR 2 on August 29th, 2023. Some people have been complaining that they spent, there's this IGN journalist, Ryan McCaffrey, who tweeted something last week or a few weeks ago. Can't remember. I don't really check my timeline anymore. But he tweeted something along the lines of he spent a lot of money on the PSVR 2 and now it's just gathering dust. Well, maybe this game can bring him back to the PSVR. I doubt it. It's probably not going to. But hey, PlayStation is still trying to support or get games to support this platform that they have now. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a platform seller. I doubt it. But yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
I even forgot the PSVR 2 existed.
A lot of people did. A lot of
the broke people. Yeah.
Right. Second up, we have a game called Goodbye Volcano High, released on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and PC on August 29th, 2023. We have Samba de Amigo, Party Central, released on the Switch on August 29th, 2023, currently sitting at a 73 on Metacritic. We have Sea of Stars, released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, released on August 29th, 2023, currently sitting at an 88 on Metacritic. We have Under the Waves, released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, released on August 29th, 2023. We have Somerville, released on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, released on August 31st, 2023. We have The Big Con, released on PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, released on August 31st, 2023. We have Trine 5, A Clockwork Conspiracy, released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, released on August 31st, 2023. And finally, we have 30XX, released on Switch on September 1st, 2023. And that is it for the releases of the week and the Gaming Corner. Anybody have any Gaming Corner news stuff?
Did you say Starfield?
No, I said stuff.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, did I say Starfield in my thing? No, Starfield is not out yet, technically speaking.
Oh, okay. One Piece is the live action, but that's not a game. But anyways, yeah. Alrighty, Max, anything from your side?
I didn't know the Goodbye Volcano High released, and I just quickly went on Google to look at Metacritic score, and I cannot see shit regarding this thing. I just see user scores.
Yeah, I couldn't find. Yeah.
Like, I'm like low-key interested in seeing how this game performed, because it just looked like the most random game ever. Then it disappeared from conversation, and then it just re-emerged. So I was always interested just to see how it did. But I guess I'll give it a bit of time, and then I'll just go watch some YouTube gameplay of it. It is definitely not a game I would purchase, just a game I would check out.
Okay. Alrighty. Thanks, Coach. All right, we've reached the middle of the section. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. And let's keep this show on the road. All right, so starting with the content creator news. Mine's not really that hectic. I mean, just something funny I saw over the weekend. But I don't know if you guys know who TWPN is. He's an Overwatch streamer. And yeah, something funny happened, which I'll tag the clip in the description below. But he was playing Overwatch 2. And yeah, he was wearing a monkey mask because he was channeling his raw primal power as Winston whilst he was playing Winston in the game. For those who don't know, Winston is a giant gorilla in the game Overwatch. So as you can imagine, yeah. Now, obviously, some will call it a racial thing because he's a white dude wearing a monkey mask. But I mean, come on, let's not get into that. But yeah, so the funny part is that as he's busy playing the game, pushing the payload, you know, all that type of shit, his parents walk into the room, just ask him like a question. Fam, the speed at which he removed that mask, hilarious. Oh my god, fam was embarrassed. And then they ended up losing. That was even worse. Shame, bro. But yeah, shout out to Tubby2R.
You know what came to mind when you said he was wearing a monkey mask?
No. I don't know, fucking NFTs?
No, Gear 5th.
Oh, okay. I see what she says. I see you. Alright, Kojo, any content creator news?
Well, I wasn't going to. Well, not that I wasn't going to bring it up, but I didn't really think this one was anything until Tammy. Something, I don't know, something you said, it's not related to anything at all that you said, but something you said made me go like, okay, let me bring it up. So, I don't know. I think I remember I sent this to the group. I don't think I sent it to the other group. Tell me, I think I sent it to the group, this other group, Maxwell. Basically, about the Twitch streamer who made inappropriate jokes and got banned. So there's this Twitch streamer called Hydra Season, or SZN, but I'm assuming the SZN is pronounced Season. So I'm just gonna say Hydra Season. Yeah, Hydra Season is a Fortnite streamer, and he made some inappropriate comments, and Twitch banned him. And the comments he made were, he made a derogatory slur, and then he said, and it is a quote here. He said it was a joke, but he said, "Oh, I swear to," he said, and I quote, "Oh, I swear to God, I do. On my life, I'm a little child predator." End quote. And you can't joke about such things. So Twitch banned him. Side note, Twitch, I actually found out from this other streamer called NMP Law, big streamer. He was talking about something and he got to one of his chats or one of his chat members, and he was like, people in my chat got banned for saying something. And then he said it, but it was like, chat, don't say it because Twitch is going to ban you. And apparently, if you type something along the lines of, I'm 12 or below, like, oh, I'm 12, by the way, I'm this, Twitch will ban you. Even if it's a joke. Which, I didn't know that, but that's interesting.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I believe the reason is the whole age thing. Twitch has an age restriction. So, yeah, so he joked about it. I mean, he joked about, the whole I'm a child predator thing. But after a while, he realized that, yeah, this is bad because Twitch banned him, and he said he deserves all the hate. But if Twitch bans him, they must ban a lot of other people too, because they say the same. He doesn't deserve an indefinite ban. He's like, Twitch, he needs this job because Twitch is his job and stuff like that. So yeah, I didn't find it funny, but it was just interesting. A lot of people, I actually found out from another streamer who was streaming, and I just happened to hear what she said, and I went and I researched it. But he appealed to Twitch to see what they would do, and guess what?
They unbanned him.
Yes, they did.
I figured.
So this is what they said in their appeal, and I quote, "Hello, Hydra Season. After reviewing your case, we can confirm that the correct enforcement was issued. However, given the details of your case, we have decided to accept your appeal. Make sure to stay informed by familiarizing yourself with our terms of service and community guidelines. Sincerely, Twitch Trust and Safety." End quote. So, yeah. Oh, also, side note, tell me, do you know who I saw? I don't think you'll guess, but do you know who I saw streaming Starfield with 20,000 viewers yesterday?
Rachel K?
No.
Donkey?
No.
Pokemon. Loser fruit.
Figure a clue, man.
Amaranth.
I literally just said woman. Oh, you're close with Amaranth.
Okay. Valkyrie.
No.
Ew,
think of someone who
that.
does the same thing as Amaranth.
Jessica Negri.
No.
Rhea.
No.
Bruh, you're just exposing Sammy right now.
Alinity.
No. I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a big hint.
Okay.
Amaranth and her don't fucks with each other.
Jenna Fox. Someone Fox.
Dude, I was so shook. Not only was she back, she was streaming Starfield 1 to 20,000 people. I was like, what?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Hey,
now that Amaranth is on Kick. Yeah.
Quick.
Hey, dog.
But yeah. Anyway, that's it for my content creator news.
Oh wait, Max, any from your side?
Nope.
Okay, moving on to esports. I don't know if esports in South Africa is worthy to speak of. Me saying that just sounds bad, but anyways, so since we now have Valorant servers in South Africa, we're likely to see ValZA, #ValZA on X. You guys can go check that out. There's going to be some Valorant tournaments coming up in SA, similar to how we have quite a lot of CSGO tournaments as well. So And it's also been nice just seeing some of the CSGO players migrate their way to Valorant. It's been dope. Welcome to all of you who have joined. You're still better than me, so like, yeah. And yeah, that's all I have for esports. Kojo, any from your side, bro?
Just one. So, in February, we had the ALGS Apex Legends Global Series Split 1 playoffs.
Yes.
Later on in the year, we had the Split 2 playoffs. Now, coming up, we have the championships. This is the big one. As far as I can remember, if I have this right, the total prize pool is $2 million, with first team taking away $1 million. If I have this math correct. And it is going to be held in Birmingham, England. Shout out. From the 6th of August 2023 to the 10th. It's going to be a big one. Teams have been scrimming so far. Over the past few weeks, they've been scrimming with each other. It's looking like it's going to be a very interesting championships to watch. So I will be watching from home on my couch, and it's going to be hype. It's going to be super hype. Hopefully your favorite teams will be in there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. September 6th to the 10th, 40 teams competing for their share of $2 million US dollars. It's going to be something special. But yeah, that's it from me.
All right, dope. Max, any esports from your side, bro?
Nope. I just want to give confirmation that from the news segment, I was correct about it being Eurogamer and Digital Foundry being a sister site, and I did further check that apparently even other UK-based publications also didn't receive review codes or received them late.
Okay. Oh wait. All right, hit us up with that discussion. Anyone got something to discuss?
So there are two things I want to mention. The first one, I just want to get you guys' simple opinions. It's not really a discussion. The second one is the one which I want to discuss. So the first thing is I want to get you guys' take on early access to games, like 3 days early access or 5 days early access, like what Starfield is doing and what Baldur's Gate is also doing, Baldur's Gate 3. I'm not a fan of it because I think it's BS. If it's a game where maybe it went through crowdfunding or there's a certain aspect to it, I'm all for early access because people were supporting it in a certain way which is special and stuff like that, as opposed to when it's a AAA game which is highly anticipated. I hate early access because why are some people getting to play before others just because they bought a fancier version of the game? So that's where I stand, and I just want to hear where you guys stand without getting into discussion. Just what you think about early access. For me, it's a no-no. It's bullshit. It's dumb.
I usually miss the early accesses. I would only play them, I mean, if I'm not going to buy the game, but I got like a cool early access key just to try it out for free. Then we're like, alright, cool, then I'll play it, But if I'm intent on buying the game, I'll just wait till it's out.
Kojo?
It's an interesting one. I believe the reason why, obviously we all know why companies do it is because of money. But where do I stand on it? I never really gave it much thought. It's whatever to me. Would I pay? Honestly though, if I had the money, I think I might have pre-ordered Starfield or paid for the fancy version. Not just because, but using Starfield as an example, because I was looking forward to this game. I probably would have spent that extra money because I was looking forward to that game. But in other situations, the game
because they had a lot of nice gift bags associated with those.
That as well. But I would I would have, splurged a little extra. But in general, I don't think pay, because again, there are different types. There's betas and then there's early access. Like there are differences. So I'm just speaking on
I'm sticking specifically to, you got the collector's version, so you get to play it 5 days before other people.
Yes.
Not one of those like invites and betas and stuff like that. Like, no, those I think are completely okay. Although I don't like the thing of invites where they look at your profile and be like, yeah, we deem you worthy of getting to play this game. That's also bullshit.
Yeah, no, I hear you. So just sticking with the whole early access thing, I see why companies do it. We all see it, money. Would I do it? Maybe if the game is worth it, from my point of view. But in general, I don't think I would. But again, I don't. It's whatever to me. I'm not going to raise my pitchforks and torches just yet, unless it gets egregious. But yeah, that's just me.
So, next thing I wanted to talk about is game scores. How do you guys feel about game scores? Because with Starfield coming out in the Metacritic rating around it, a lot of people have been having conversation about some of the critics' game scores. Like, some people look at a 7 out of 10 as a bad score. And then when I was seeing that, I was like, what? In what world is a 7 out of 10 a bad score? For me, anything 7 and above is a good score. And 6 is where you're getting into mediocrity. 5 is also mediocrity. Anything below 5 is poor. But then what I want to speak specifically about game scores and rating is, how do you guys feel about ratings out of 100, out of 10, out of 5, or number ratings, star ratings, letter ratings, and just ratings in general? Because I know Kojo's not a big fan of it, and he tries to stray away from those things. And you have some people who are like Kojo, who also try to stay away from giving numbers or grades or letters or anything like that. Like Skill Up is one person, and ACG is another person and I like his method of getting around it, where it's buy, wait, or leave it. I forgot what his exact words are, but it's something along those lines. And I wanted to get you guys' take on where you stand with the ratings. Me personally, I like them, and I want them to stick around. And I don't have any issues with ratings, because I saw some people seeing the Starfield rating and they were like, nah, this game should have gotten better than this. Or how they were complaining about certain reviewers' ratings, and some people were like, dude, it's just one person's opinions. You don't need to take it so deeply that they didn't give it the rating you think the game deserves, stuff like that. But where do you guys stand on all of that?
I've always believed that, like, if you see a very delicious piece of chocolate cake and someone tells you, no, that cake's disgusting, don't try it, I'm still gonna take a bite just to see what it's like, because you never know. But that being said, I've definitely bought some games that were like fucking 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and I've just had like absolutely nothing to enjoy about the game, like at all. Like, it was either too difficult, just didn't catch me that much.
Did you buy it because of its rating, or you just looked at features of the game and you're like, okay, this does look like a 9 out of 10, let me go for it?
I purely bought it straight out of its rating. I had like, because it was a highly discussed game. Everyone's like, oh, Tommy, you don't even have to have played the previous ones to play this and enjoy it. So like, and hey, you guys are gonna flip and die. Some of you are gonna flip and be angry, but that game was Assassin's Creed Origins. I was like, yo, bro, this game's so good. Oh my gosh. So I'm like, I bet. Let me try it out, see what it's like, copped a 500 there, purchased. Fam, I'm not even like halfway with the game, bro. I gave up. When I started seeing like NPCs walk through walls and shit, my nigga, like, yeah, I don't know.
That was me with Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
You see, like, even Odyssey, I just couldn't finish, bro. I was like, come on, what's going on here? I was like, so is this Assassin's Creed? Mind you, I've never played any other Assassin's Creed other than the ones I've just mentioned.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm in a
I was
similar
like,
boat
what
with
is
you.
the hype, bro?
I'm familiar with the Assassin's Creed game because my brother had the first Assassin's Creed. I watched my brother play it, and I think he played the next two that came out. Me, I never touched them. I would always just watch him play. And then eventually with Odyssey, I was just like, you know what? Let me give this a go. Played it, and I'm like, yeah, this game is bang average. Like, I don't hate it, but I also don't love it.
There's also like Dishonored, but yeah. Oh no. Oh, Gonja, you don't like ratings?
Yeah, I believe Max said it, so there's no point in me going to it.
No, but you can elaborate on your reason why. I never said why you don't like ratings. I just said where you stand on the argument.
Well, you brought up a point already when you were like, some people say 7 out of 10 is bad, other people say 7 out of 10. Like, it already causing confusion. Some people's rating scales are different from the others, so then point of first place. If it's not one unified thing that we can all agree on, and everybody has their own versions of the number score, does it make sense? Or am I being an idiot here?
I sort of get where you're coming from, but what if you can either A, you're renowned enough that people know you do things differently, or B, whenever you give your score at the beginning of your score giving, whether that's in an article or a video, but wherever it is, right at the beginning, you give a breakdown, or maybe even at the end, after you give a score, you say, if you're interested in understanding how I rate games, here's my breakdown. That way there's no confusion. Because what I will say is, currently with scores, people don't give a breakdown of where they're coming from with the score. They'll give a breakdown of what they like and stuff like that, but they don't break down the score itself. They don't say, hey, for me, 9 to 10 means this, 7 to 8 means this, 5 to 6 means this, blah, blah, blah. What will bring a game down is this. What will help a game go up is this, so on and so forth. So do you think like giving a breakdown of how your scoring system works can make a difference? Or do you think it's pointless still?
I don't think it would make much of it. I guess maybe it might, but at the end of the day, nobody's going to stick around. Like, look, what people are going to do and what people usually do is either go on Metacritic, look at the scores for what each, at least Metacritic is a little better because at least they put a paragraph, usually the concluding paragraph of the review next to the number scores. But people are just going to look at the number and leave. People are going to click on a GameSpot video, skip to the end to see the number score, leave, or go on the website, drag down to the end, look at the number score, and then leave. And then that's probably my main issue with the. Hold on, that's probably one of my main issues with the number score is that people are going to write such lengthy. This is coming from someone who I did write 1 or 2 back in my internship a few years ago. 1 or 2 reviews, 3 reviews, products and games. And I put a lot of time and effort into it, but then knowing I look at the score and then leave. Whereas if people read, and the thing about it is, I can say, look, if this game is a 7 out of 10 and people think, no, I can say, let's say 7 or 8 out of 10. It doesn't matter the score. 7 and 8 out of 10, people will think, yes, this means that it's a top of the line game, whatever. Meanwhile, in my review, I've stated a whole other bunch of things, and it just, but people will miss all of that because all they did was just go and look at the number, and it just invalidated everything I've written, all the editing of the videos that you've all put to, just because they just want to see a number. And I think that's just dumb. Well, not dumb.
I want to say a few things. So the first thing is with regards to Metacritic, this might be a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know if people are aware of this, but Metacritic gives different weighting to reviews. So if you come from a published or a renowned publication, like let's say IGN, Destructoid, or Eurogame or something like that, your 4 out of 10 or your 9 out of 10 carries more weight than a random unknown publication's 9 out of 10 or 4 out of 10. So just for people to be aware, Metacritic weights reviews, or the ratings are not all the same. Then with your comment, Kojo, I personally don't think a number invalidates everything that's been said, because I'm looking at it as writing and putting a number, you're catering to two different types of individuals. On the one hand, you are catering to the short attention span. Some of them are short attention span. Others just want to know immediately without wasting time what exactly are they dealing with. Like, put it this way, Kojo. Let's say you want to buy a game or a product, and there's a review of that product. It's got 5 stars. You might have seen 100 other reviews and seen they also have 5 stars or 4 stars, and it helps you know, okay, this thing is high quality. Let me go for the kill and buy, without having to waste time reading every single review about that thing, because you've already read maybe 10 or 20, and you just want a general feel. Like, let's say it's an Amazon product, 1,000 customers, there's 1,000 reviews. Are you going to read all 1,000 reviews? No, you're going to read like 20 or maybe 5 or 30 reviews, get a general feel, see, is it 4 stars, 5 stars, 3 stars, and then look at the overall reviews and be like, okay, this has 4.5 stars, and most of the reviews I've seen have been given it exact same average. So I know this is good quality. Then you're going to have another type of person who's going to see it's like 5 star out of 5 stars or 8 out of 10. How did this person get to this conclusion? Let me read specifically what they said in regards to this. Because what I'll say, my complaint about no numbers is a complaint I have with SkillUp's reviews is you're going to see him put certain complaints about a game. Then he's going to conclude and say, no, but the game is still good. When it's like, what? How? How does that work? Like, Halo Infinite, I remember specifically, his complaints were, it gets boring because you just have a lot of corridors that look alike. There's no different biomes. At a certain point, the world feels empty and you're not enjoying yourself. However, because it's not scripted and you can do things however you want, this is a great game and it's the best Halo game we've had in a long time, where I'm just like, nah, this game's not that good. And then lo and behold, as more ratings come in from players and reviewers, yeah, Halo Infinite wasn't that great. Another game I can give an example to where SkillUp gave glowing review, but the game itself was not that great, was Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where his initial impression, like, man, this game is so good, and then after more playthrough, after on a follow-up video, he's like, yeah, this game's not good. And I was like, dude, from jump, I knew Valhalla wasn't going to be that great, because all of the things he was praising, I was like, nah, this doesn't make sense, because these things aren't justified. And the things which he was praising, which I was like, that doesn't make sense from what I know about Assassin's Creed, lo and behold, later, he's coming in and saying, yeah, I was wrong about these things. And that's why I was just like, rather, I would have you put some type of number. Hence why I'm saying, for me, I like it, because when I see a number, I can make quick judgments. But if I need extra details, I can look further to what they're saying. So if it's an article, I can read that article to have a further understanding of the number they've given. Like if I see a game has a 3 out of 10 and I'm like, what in the world? Why? Let me read the article. With videos, I normally won't skip videos towards where the rating is given. I'll watch entire video. But with something written, I will most likely skip to get the gist of it. But then if the result isn't what I was expecting, I will most likely go back to the article and read it to get an understanding of where the person's coming. And that's why I'm like, for me, I like things having a rating / score on them. They're very helpful. And things that don't have it, I'm usually very dismissive of.
Okay.
No,
I feel you there, though.
I hear all that. I get it. But your first point was how you say some reviewers' scores are rated lower than others. Well, what's the point? Then what is the point of me even reviewing my thing if people are going to be like, oh, his review is not as important, even though my review is probably more in-depth than the big guys' reviews? Then what's the point?
What's the point to anything? You just have to keep going, and some people are going to start appreciating what you do, following what you do, and saying, nah, I stick around for Kojo's review because I know Kojo is thorough. Like, you're not going to get that glowing appreciation from the beginning. You have to grind and put in the work, and people will steadily appreciate what you do. Hence, we have other people like who look at ACG stuff, like, until I see an ACG video, I'm going to wait, stuff like that. They didn't get there overnight. So in the same way with what you're saying, you just have to grind and build that reputation. Yes, it's not nice. Yes, you might never get to that reputation, but at least the path is there.
But it still just doesn't make sense to me. But your second point, or the thing is, you're talking about what Club does. IGN does it. GameSpot does it. Every company, every other publisher reviewing company that does what he does with the whole thing of, oh, preview looks good, everything looks good, blah blah blah. And then the final review comes out, trash. It's not just this guy doesn't have a number score, so he's the one who does it. No, number score people do it as well. And the thing is, I recommend people to go watch Donkey's 2-part series on Video Game Critics. Brilliant videos about how some people, like, for example, IGN, I forgot what game it was. I think it was the Crash Bandicoot trilogy. I think it was IGN, but I could be very wrong on both counts. But I think I'm right. Where the reviewer played half of each game and then put up his review. Now, if you didn't read the review and just went to the number score, you wouldn't know that.
I was just going to say, that's why I go back to the whole thing of when you see a score which doesn't make sense to you, that's when you have to go to that content and contextualize the situation.
No, but you see, now I have to do extra homework. I have to go to look at the other reviews to make sense. That doesn't make sense to me. Why would I go look at the review of other games to try and say, okay, this specific game is not right? That doesn't make sense.
No, it does make sense, because in general, with anything in life, you're not going to take one person's word for it. You're going to get a group of people's opinions on something and get a general feel of how the crowd feels about something. Like, for example, if you want to purchase a car, you're not just going to go to one person's review of a Honda Fit and be like, hey, this person said the Honda Fit is proper. No, you go to like 5 different reviews and say 3 of the 5 reviews say it's a terrible car and 2 reviews say it's a good car. Okay, why are they saying it's a terrible car? And then you see why they're saying it's a terrible car, and then you see why the others are saying it's a good car. You see the points and which one you align more with. Like, if you see the terrible things about it and those are issues for you, you'd be like, yeah, this is a terrible car, I'm not going to go with it. But if you see the strong points and be like, yeah, I see the negative, but they don't push me off, you're going to go and say it's a good car. So in any situation, you're going to get a number of feedback before you get to a conclusion. So with the IGN situation, I agree with you. Donkey's video on critics is an excellent video. But you are doing yourself an injustice if you're stopping at one publication's view of something. And especially, we know with IGN and some other publications have the problem of they have like 10 different reviewers. So one person could be a shill for the game. Another person might have never touched the game in their life, and that's their first time playing the game. And then the third person might be the most reasonable one, but they're not the one reviewing the game. So for me, I would say the extra work actually is not seeing a group of different reviews and getting a feel. The extra work is learning of individual reviewers and saying, oh, Mark is reviewing this game. I know Mark is a good reviewer from IGN. Or, oh, Sherry is typically on point with her review. Because she's reviewing it, I'm going to check it out. That's extra work to me. I don't give a fuck who is reviewing the game. I'm not going to learn their name. I don't care about their existence. I just care about the number and overall feel. If the number is weird, I'll read what they have to say. If the number seems right to me, I'm just going to stick with the number. But even when I read what they say, I don't care who they are. that is where for me the extra work comes in.
Yeah, look, okay, I think I misunderstood you, because what I thought you said was, if this guy's one review doesn't make sense, I should go look at his other reviews.
Oh no. Oh no. Other people.
No, obviously I'm not going to look at one review.
Okay, yeah, because I also agree with you. I would not look at a specific person's review and be like, why does Benjamin think this is a bad game? Let me look at Benjamin's other reviews and see if Benjamin is a good review. It's like, nah, fuck Benjamin and fuck his reviews.
Yeah, and the thing is, you actually brought up a point, and I think I may be straying away a bit, but even Ducky said the same thing. When he was like, and I'm quoting him, so it's like, when I'm reviewing it, okay, let me not quote him. He said, when he's reviewing a game, you know that it's him and him only. When IGN was reviewing a game, like Max said, it could be Kathy, Lee, John, James, David, Michael, Franklin, like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah. It could be literally anybody, which is why, and then each person has their own number score, and they could sit there. For example, I know it was Death Stranding. I know these two guys in IGN. One of them completely hated it, one of them liked it. So who should I listen to? Same publication.
Okay, no, I get what you're saying. For me, though, what I do by rule of thumb is, if I start to learn somebody's name, and like they're working at a publication, or they work in part of a publication, if I start learning somebody's name, that's a bad thing, because that either means, usually for me, the good reviewers are the ones who have their own platform to review. So I always learn, like you say, with Donkey, when you go to this thing, you know Donkey's take. You're not going to a publication where a different number of people are rotating through reviewing, and not the same person will always get a particular game. For me, when I start learning people's name, that's a negative, because either the person is a hater or the person is a shill. And I think those are the two worst extremes to have. And there are so many shills who I don't like looking at their reviews, because they're always going to say something good, whether it's because they're dick riders or whether it's because they enjoy certain benefits and bonuses that come with dick riding a company or a studio that they don't want to forego. But it's also one of those things of, when I hear somebody was invited over to to play a game, I'm like, automatically, nah, I'm not going to listen what you have to say. Because even if you say you're going to be impartial, you truly cannot be impartial. And also, I'm remembering, this was brought up on Twitter, where a similar conversation was happening about ratings and stuff like that. Then somebody made the mention of nowadays you can't really trust reviewers, because especially if they've been given early codes or stuff like that, because they enjoy having early code access, so they're going to dumb down any criticism because they don't want to lose that privilege. And I had the reaction of, I agree with you there. And that's why you have people like Angry Joe, who get a lot of goodwill from the community, because they are there spending their own money to buy the thing and then giving their take of the thing. Like, I think as a reviewer, actually, yes, this is a nice way to tie a beautiful bow around this whole problem about ratings. It's a side thing, but I think it still helps. I think as a reviewer, you need to make steps to give insurance or assurance to your viewers or readers, to make them at least feel that you have a good level of impartiality, whether that's you personally going out and buying the game or whatever it is, or you having a reputation of being banned from studios because you gave very strict reviews about something. But I think you need to do something, take a step to ensure that your readers or viewers or listeners are getting the best possible review, with them aware of how you function. And I suppose that circles back to maybe putting a ranking system, or maybe being like Angry Joe, where you purchase the game yourself.
Yeah, no, I asked for the purchasing your game yourself, which is one of the reasons why I remember a long time it takes so long to get his reviews. I said one of the reasons why is because he doesn't really receive review codes anymore much. anymore. So, and he does in-depth stuff. Like, that's just him which is why I like watching his reviews. But that's beside the point. The point is, at the end of the day, like, number scores, look, I'm not a hater. I would just rather watch the review or read the review. Like, sure, I'll go on Metacritic and get the general, like, I'll look at the score and the user score and I'll see what the general view is. But if I'm going to sit down and be like, okay, this is a game I want to play, this is a game I want to watch, or whatever it is, I'm going to go and look at reviews, read reviews, watch reviews. Because I feel like what they say in them can really make or break more than a score. Because, for example, let me take a game like Last of Us Part 2 without spoiling it. When you saw the review scores for Last of Us Part 2, and you saw that they were all 10s out of 10s and everything, you thought that it was a good, just looking at the scores.
Yes.
However, if you were to read the reviews, let's say, you're not reading the reviews and they did speak about the second half. You would have looked at the score, gone about the game, played the game, and you'd have been pissed off.
I feel that situation is special because we have a situation of having review embargoes, kind of like Cyberpunk, where I've grown to the point where if I see a developer is given certain embargoes or conditions on their reviews to reviewers, that's an immediate red flag to me. That means to me something is wrong here and they don't want the general public to find out about it because it's going to impact people's perception of the game. I am yet to see a single studio give certain embargoes or conditions and it was okay. Every time it happens, they're hiding something. It's malicious. So in that instance, I'm going to say that's a special case of it's already, the pot is already smelly. There's already something wrong with it. Weird analogy, but I'll run with it.
Okay, I hear you. Like, I get that. But it's why which is why I wish you had Steam. Because, Tommy, you have Steam. You know what the Steam reviews look like.
Yeah, mostly positive, mostly negative.
Yeah, it tells you mostly positive, mostly negative, or one positive. And what you have is each reviewer, they leave a review, but then they also give a thumbs up or so you can see the thumbs up, it was blue, or the thumbs down is red, and then you see, okay, let me see what they said. And usually like a 4-sentence brief review. Sometimes they're, silly. But you can see the thumbs up or the thumbs down, and you're like, okay, this person gave the thumbs up. And you can even tell there, it tells you the number of hours that people have in the game. So you can, okay, this person put in this many hours in the game. That I should take that into consideration, means they've played quite a lot of the game. And it also tells you how many people found that review helpful or found it funny. That's also interesting. Which is why I prefer that method. I feel like that Steam method, people should adapt that Steam method. Like, what's it called?
Okay, no, I agree with you. That is a very good method, but we have one problem with that. That is Steam's platform. If you could have Metacritic employ such a method when publications are putting up their review, but IGN, when they're putting their review on their own website or their YouTube channel, or SkillUp when he's doing his individual thing and things like that, they're going to have their own method. So Steam can control it because that's their platform and everybody have to play by their rules when engaging with their platform. But the minute other people are putting things up on their own platforms or things, they're going to do however they want. So that Steam method cannot necessarily be employed widely unless I think Metacritic could employ it, since we are beginning or have started to take Metacritic scores more seriously, with companies even putting in bonuses and stuff like that in contracts with developers about if it gets a Metacritic score of blah blah blah, you're entitled to certain bonuses, shit like that. So as we're now taking it more seriously, I think Metacritic can take a step forward and be like, cool, we're going to ensure that our reviews are better. That's where I think they can do. But your IGNs and your whatnot, they'll always have their own method. And then at the same time, tell me here, with Metacritic, is it people log onto the platform and give their takes, or it's just an aggregate, so it crawls the web and grabs everything to make an aggregate score?
That I do not know.
For the critics, I think it's the former, because they said, I can't remember which one, but I think it's the one where they wait, because they're like, for the Starfield example on Twitter, they were like, reviews are coming in 1 hour, so the number score will take a while to hit. So I think they do take reviewers and then aggregate. But as for the user score, they log in and they write.
Yeah, users have to go in. Yeah.
But I could be wrong on the critics side of Metacritic, but I feel like that's what it is, because they're like, we're waiting for the reviews to come in, and then the reviews come in, and then they check. Because when I was looking at I somehow stumbled upon the fact that they were releasing the scores at a certain time because of a certain streamer who was playing the game early access, and he was like, oh, the reviews are going live at this time. So I saw it in real time. Like, when the game came out, it was sitting at a 91 on Metacritic. Like, immediately, I'm like, damn. Then I started, as more reviews came out, the score started lowering and lowering, changing. So I feel like they get the reviews and they aggregate them, and then they keep adding, and that's how, you know what I'm saying? I'm making sense, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So I think that's what they do. Yeah.
All right. No, that's all I wanted to go over.
Yeah, no, sorry for my lengthy input. But yeah, that's, again, just to bring it home, I'm not a hater on number scores. I just feel like we can do better. Like summing something down to just a number does it a disservice. That's just me. But that's just me. What do I know? What do you guys think in the comments below? Let us know. Actually, no, Tammy. That's something Tammy should say. Sorry, Tammy.
No, you can say that. It's fine. Right away. Thanks, bro. All right. Moving on to the news blitz. Max, take us away.
All right. So we have a short blitz. Begin with Spider-Man 2. It will reportedly take up 98 gigabytes of SSD space. And for context, Starfield takes up 139 gigabytes on an Xbox. God of War Ragnarok took up 84 gigabytes. Final Fantasy 16 was 90 gigabytes. And Forspoken was 87 gigabytes. So Spider-Man 2 is pretty chunky, whether that's because of graphics, fidelity, or the size of the game. I guess we'll only find out when we get our hands on it. Then, in the final piece of Blitz, at the time of recording, PAX West has started, where we just had Gamescom finishing, and now it's PAX West's turn, with the Tokyo Game Show to follow later this same month. So we are having, let me just say 2023 has been packed in terms of gaming. And I made a video on that. People can check that out. Plug. That's it for the News Blitz.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, broski. Koji, any News Blitzy things from you? No, you good?
I'm good. I'm just saying on the Spider-Man thing.
Yeah, I thought it would be bigger, but...
That's what she said!
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You walked right into that one.
First of all, okay, I'm a Christian child. I don't know. But anyways, cool, Jets. Thank you so much, ladies and germs, and all of you guys in between. That brings us to the end of the show. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and share it to your friends and your fam and anyone you know. And we will catch you guys on the flip. It's been such an honor. Thank you so much. Episode 32 brought to you guys by X2 Skip, giving you the weekly patch notes. And we'll be here again next week. So stay good, stay healthy, and keep gaming. Peace out.